Okay, so this goes over the first lesson in chapter 7. Actually, most of the teachers aren't to chapter 7 yet, so this will be kind of a preview of what's coming up in chapter 7. If you're in my class, then you've seen this, and it'll be good review as well. So if you haven't seen this yet, that's because it comes up in chapter 7, so we're just previewing what you're going to see in chapter 7. And it's actually a really good way to just be a rock star at math is to look at the material before it's taught. So we're actually going to go back to 1 and 2 in a second, but we're going to start with number 3 and 4. It says find the measures of the interior angles of each convex polygon. You've seen this before already. For example, with a triangle, the 3 angles of a triangle equal 180 degrees, and it doesn't matter like. Can you not like? Sure. Javier, don't start. I'm trying to explain. Okay, so the 3 angles of a triangle, no matter how big or small that triangle is going to be 180 degrees. The same is true for like quadrilateral. Those angles add up to 360 degrees, and pentagon, it would be 540 degrees, and so on. And every shape, based on the number of sides, has a number that the angles add up to. Now, we don't have you memorize anything more than a triangle because there's an equation that will help you find this number for any shape. And the equation is n minus 2 times 180, n being the number of sides. So you can use this equation to find out whatever number the interior angles add up to. So for number 3, it says find the sum of the measures of the interior angles of the polygon with 20 sides. So what you do is you just put in 20 minus 2 times 180. And then it becomes 18 times 180. You would plug that in a calculator. I've already done that actually, so I'm just going to write down my work. And it comes out to 3240. So 3,240 is what the angles of a 20-sided shape would add up to. Okay, and then for number 4, it says a 16-gon. So a 16-sided shape, I'm going to repeat the same process, 16 minus 2 times 180. And we get 14 times 180. And you get 2,520. So the angles of a 16-sided shape would add up to 2,520.
Where do you get 2?
It's the equation right here, n minus 2 times 180. Okay. Yes. Oh yeah. So like after I think like dodecagon, they use just a number. So dodecagon would be 12. Javier, can you be quiet or like step out? Okay. Dodecagon is 12, and after that there isn't like a name, so they just use 20 as 20 sides gone. Something else to note, this number of sides is the same as the number of angles. So for example, for a 4-sided shape, there's also 4 corners or 4 angles. So it might be easier to count the corners than it is to count the sides. It just is up to you. Then number 5, we build on this a little bit. It says find x if QRST is a regular pentagon. Okay, so a regular pentagon, regular means that all the angles and all the sides are the same measure. So what we can do is we can find out what the sum of all of these angles are, I don't know, and then divide it by 5 to get each angle. So that's what we're going to do. So this shape has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 sides. So 5 minus 2 times 180. We get 540 degrees. So all of these angles add up to 540, and then to get each angle, we are going to divide by 5, and that equals 108 degrees, and that's for each angle. It wants to know the value of x though right here. So what we have to do, this angle equals 108 degrees, so we have to put this equal to 108. So we're going to do 8x plus 12 equals 108. And then we can solve for x. So that comes out to 96. And x equals 12. So our answer to what is x, it is 12. Okay, then we're going to go back up to 1 and 2 now, because now we have the skills to do 1 and 2. Okay, so it says find the measure of an interior angle given the number of sides of each regular polygon. So a regular polygon means that all the sides and all the angles are the same measure. It wants to know each angle. So what we have to do is we have to find the total amount and then divide it by 10 to find each angle. So we're going to use that equation 10 minus 2 times 180 to find the total. Get 1,440. That's all the angles added up. What's that? Yeah. And then to get each angle, you divide by 10, and you get 144 degrees for each angle. Okay, then number 2, so we're going to do 12 minus 2 times 180. So we get 10 times 180, it's 1,800. So for a 12-sided shape, all the angles add up to 1,800. Then to find each angle, we divide by 12 and get 150 degrees for each angle. Okay. And we're going to do that last one first. No, all down. No, wait. Oh, wait a second. I already catch up. Okay. Number 6, it puts it all together. I'll go up in a second. Number 6, it puts it all together. It says, what type of regular polygon, regular means that all the sides and angles are the same, has interior angles with a measure of 135 degrees. So each angle is 135. So 135 times the number of angles, or number of sides, would give you the total for that shape. And then we can put that equal to the n minus 2 times 180. Which is the total angle measure for that shape. And we can work backwards to solve for n, because it says what type of polygon, so we want to know the number of sides. So to solve this, we actually distribute this 180 to both of those. Yeah, it's kind of it looks backwards. I don't know why they do that. They put the 180 at the end for some reason. But same thing, you just distribute. Yeah, like, yeah, it's weird. And then we're going to get the n over here. Then we get n equals 8. So, yeah, it's kind of weird, but you can do it. And then once you get 8 sides, what type of polygon would that be? It would be an octagon. True. You could even draw one if you wanted to. Like this. Okay. So once you have all the work done, you can turn it in. Yes, that's fine. And then use this time to work on your math homework, whatever math homework you got.